The competition is coming, and as often is the case, that arrival may have been a little premature and sloppy. Don't want that. That's not a good thing. We're talking about Honda surging, GM on track to, I don't know, do something that isn't weak and disappointing. Heck, even BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and MG are showing good numbers. And for that matter, BYD. Why is Tesla in so much trouble? Or are they? I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So I've got this terrible story here, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh no. The sky, it is indeed falling, says I, the littlest chicken of them all. Honda's new electric vehicle is quietly creeping up on Tesla. Get it? Wordplay because it's an EV. Very well done. 2/3 of Honda SUV drivers in the US trade in their vehicles for another Honda. It's an iPhone-like level of loyalty seldom seen in the brutal business of making and selling cars, and it's enabled automakers' first EV to quickly cut into Tesla's supremacy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at how dumb of an idea this is, but you guys, Honda sold roughly 13,000 Prologues, its midsize SUV. Now, this article goes on to explain brand loyalty and the strength of it. And then it shows this chart. Look at that. Third place. That's really good. Wait, third place? I thought they were in fifth place. Oh, note, excludes Model 3 and Y. Why would the Bloomberglers exclude Model 3 and Y from this chart? Well, to make it look like a horse race, of course. Tesla Cybertruck right there. Number 3, Mustang Mach-E, Honda Prologue. Now, this is pretty crazy. This is going to be, it's a remarkable vehicle. It's $47,400, just $400 less than the average market value of a car in September. The average car was over that. It was almost $48,000. So this is a good deal. I mean, that is the base model, and the average represents the average trim level, but still, that's a pretty good deal. I wonder if Honda's making money, or if the suppliers for the underlying parts are making money. We'll get into that. And look at this. Oh, all this doom and gloom, you guys. US EV sales are only up. They're up. Nope, it's over. See this trend here? Right, but it went up 2 more times. It's still going up. There's a lot of people who want something different than a 3 or Y or Cybertruck or S or X. They've got choices. Some of them better than others. Elon Musk's Tesla dominates US EV market with 3 of the top 5 best-selling models in Q3. This one actually gives us the numbers. Here they are. The Cybertruck we already saw at 16.6. Why didn't they include the 3 and Y? Because they're so humiliatingly higher. 4 times higher for the Model 3. Even higher still. So that Honda Prologue at 12,000 doesn't look quite as exciting next to Model Y, does it? And that's kind of still ignoring the big story. Who makes the Honda Prologue? Well, Honda, technically. They designed it themselves. They built it themselves. Well, sort of. It's a Chevy Blazer. And you can say, well, I guess I can kind of see it. You don't have to see it. It's the same car. They pretty much just changed out the front end, put some different styling on it. It's the same car. Now, this is a dealer's website. They're saying, man, if you like the Honda, you'll love the Blazer. Maybe so. So if we're looking at this, the 2024 Honda Prologue first drive review, do you care who made the volume knob? The volume knob. No, I don't care about that, but I think I do care about who made the powertrain. So let's find out what we got here. Can you tell the difference between the climate control knob on this one or this one? That's ultimately what we're talking about. It looks like a Honda on the outside, and it'll still be marketed as one. Its creators say that great pains were taken to ensure that it drives like a Honda. Underneath, however, it rides on GM's Ultium electric platform and includes several vehicles like the Blazer. GM production. And moreover, it's built at the same GM production facility in Mexico as the Blazer, but on a separate line set to Honda's unique standards. It's made at the GM factory. Okay, That's where the question about climate control knob comes in. To some, like car reviewers, it'll be immediately obvious that they're sharing parts. To others, well, it's perfectly plausible that those who cannot tell the difference will happily buy one, take it home, fully realizing that it's a Honda, but not be aware that it's kind of a GM. Of a BM, really, I would feel scammed if after purchasing the vehicle I found out it's a GM product. I knew this. I met someone in Michigan last year who said my family would only buy GM products, like a Cadillac or a Camaro or a Chevy Sprint. And I said, whoop, hang on. Yeah, Chevy Sprint. My family was convinced because it says Chevy, it's actually a Chevy and not an imported economy car with just the name Chevy slapped on it. I said, did they notice that none of their imperial tools worked on it and that it required metric? Maybe not. It's a Chevy. It's a Chevy, I've decided. So let's talk about Chevy. Because if Honda's losing money on that car, which at 47.4, I imagine they are, is anyone else losing money? Is GM losing money on that car? Tesla's reign at risk as GM charges ahead with 300,000 EV milestone. Guys, leave the jokes to me. You're not good at them. I mean, that is funny, but not in the way you intended. Terrible. General Motors has officially cemented themselves in the number 2 spot with more than 300,000 EVs sold in the US since 2016. I mean, we just saw Tesla's numbers from last quarter, 300,000 in 8 years. Oh, okay. Good job. American automaker officially beat out Hyundai for second place. Tesla entered the EV segment with virtually no true competition. While the Nissan Leaf existed, it was no match for Tesla's superior range and performance. Yeah, but the Model 3 didn't come out until like 2018. And in 2017, the Chevy Bolt came out. That was the Tesla killer. It was going to be better and cheaper and more reliable. How'd that work out? But let's look at the chart. This is their sales chart. That is a good number to me. I like seeing it accelerate, chart go up and to the right. I'm not going to knock them for that, but I'm concerned about their profitability, especially if they're selling parts to Honda at a price so affordable that Honda's like, yeah, let's sell 13,000 of them. Why don't we sell 1,000 a week of this car? It's got to be a good price, right? I hope it actually works out. But GM, are they making money on EVs? Well, we knew that they were trying to. GM to reach variable profit with EVs in Q4. GM anticipates its growing lineup will achieve positive variable profit during the fourth quarter of 24, according to statements made during their Investor Day presentation. Doesn't mean that they're profitable overall for GM, but it does indicate that profit will soon be higher than variable costs, such as labor and raw materials. Oh my gosh. So I had to look it up because, the variable margin starts with sales revenue, but uses the cost of selling and administration as a way to figure your percentage, add up your revenue from sales, add up your costs of marketing and administration and shipping and invoices, and subtract the variable costs from your revenues. They're not at a profit. This means that they believe that with sufficient volume, they could be profitable, and they are pushing for that volume. But they are still absolutely losing money on every unit. And by the way, at the end of today's show, I will be talking about Thanksgiving because my plans have changed and I need some advice. Hope you stick around for that because the advice, my friends, I do need it. I need the advice. Let's talk about other markets where things are just going very bad. Tesla outsold by BMW and Volkswagen in Germany. And so outsold by MG in UK. Oh no, what's going on? Well, this article kind of buries it, but EV incentives have gone away in Germany. They used to be quite generous, but they are gone. The domestic brands, long the favorite, have held up better than Tesla. Tesla's numbers are down more than Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes, but these are still tough times. MG leads EV sales in the UK. This is more of a surprise. This is a Chinese car. MG is now owned by SAIC, a state-owned company out of Shanghai. The MG outsold the Model Y, Model 3, and the Camry. In fact, it's close to catching the Toyota Corolla, one of the best-selling cars in the UK. It's very exciting. 46,990, which is pretty good, I guess. I've seen this car in Farnborough, England. Wasn't this one? It was a different one, a little older, previous year's model, I think. But it seemed nice. It seemed fun. It seemed sporty. I can see why people would buy it. And of course, if we're going to really talk about those poor fellas over at Tesla, Tesla sees drop in October sales as BYD achieves record growth. Now, I don't need to tell you guys this, but the 68,280 Tesla sold in October marks a 5.3% decline from the same time last year. And not worried. It's October of last year. They were ramping up there were variable sales issues at hand from the Model 3 refresh. The refresh had just come out, the Highland, and they were a cranking them out. So this would be possibly because sales have normalized. But what it's also ignoring is that there are some really fantastic competitors in China. It's a very competitive environment, and that a lot of BYD's sales, nay, most of it, came from the sale of hybrids. In fact, BYD used to sell more EVs than hybrids. They now sell substantially more hybrids than EVs. So it is a measure, albeit a half measure, if you ask me. So I have a running Thanksgiving thing that I need your help with. I don't have Thanksgiving plans. I always go to my cousins, and my cousin's husband just got the unfortunate news that his brother has passed away. So they will be in Maine for the funeral over Thanksgiving. Very unfortunate. And then somebody pointed out that of all of my ancestry older than me, I am survived by one aunt, and she is herself not long for this world. We're about to become the old guard, and I don't care for that. What do you do if it's Thanksgiving and you got no plans? Do I go to a restaurant's open? Is that a thing? Because all my family, my brothers and sisters, all live quite far away and have plans of their own. So what do I do? What should I do? Leave it into them comments below, and stay tuned. Stay as juicy as a cyber bird. And I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on or before the comments.